What is the message you'd like to communicate to people watching who perhaps are, 60, 70, 80, gave up smoking on doctor's advice a long time ago, and might be worried they have this?
The good news now is that people have begun to understand that smoking can be dangerous. When I started smoking, you didn't have that in the atmosphere. People being told smoking is terrific. In fact, the big advertising campaign for Camels was more doctors smoke Camel than any other cigarette.
Which is extraordinary now to think of that.
And
but
you saw doctors wearing the white coat and holding a cigarette sitting behind the desk and smiling at you. Then they also said things like, Camels are good for your T-zone, good for your taste, and good for your throat. Amazing. They were able to do that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it was kind of cool. Okay, if doctors say it's okay, what's wrong with it? Today we know that it's not okay. So at least you have that kind of help to get a mindset to get rid of it, to get rid of the addiction. It is an addiction, and it's not easy to stop. I had to go through a couple of programs back in the day.
How many were you smoking at your
I was
peak?
smoking a couple of packs a day. Look, I tell people that I was Olympic championship smoker. If there had been a championship in the addiction, I could have qualified. I could smoke in the shower. I could smoke any place, and it was something that it was part of my culture. It was part of my gang, my guys, the people I hung out with. It was cool to be able to light a cigarette. And when I was in the Army for 2 years, the tobacco companies came around giving away free samples to the GIs.
Right.
And the Army facilitated that, made it possible for them to come in and give you free samples. And every time there was a break, they'd say, okay, a 10-minute break, smoke if you got them. That was the byword.
Right.
So it was in the culture. Today we have a different kind of culture, fortunately, and people can be helped psychologically to understand that it's not a good thing to do. But you have to treat it as an addiction and understand that it's not too early to quit. Young people think, oh, maybe in 10 years I'll quit. The damage is being done right now. Every day you light a cigarette, that you're losing cells in your lungs.